that, you have the infamous Ari Vi gangs, and you have the infamous, Vi, and a lot of other champions synergizes pretty well with Vi gang. So in a sense, you are right. Having that Vi is just such a asset to your arsenal. And this time around, we are gonna see XXF try to follow that up together with Tainted Ones in a Zero Vi combination.
Yeah, and something interesting to point out, because Gonans has usually been the go-to man for the mid lane. We saw him play Nidalee in his first game up against Team Infinite. And this time it seems that XXF will be the one to hold down the gauntlet in the mid lane and play the Zareth champion. So we were praising Gonans earlier during the picks and ban stage being the one to innovate, and here we have the pause once again. But let's actually talk about XXF. He's the one now that's able to bring in this new champion Zareth to the roster of KLH. What do you think about? I mean XXF has been playing lately. Okay. The double AD comp has come in. He's been the one playing Ezreal.
Okay.
And that's something different lately. And now we actually have the Zareth pickup.
Right. Honestly speaking, between for the GPL itself, we have seen a lot of teams kind of just switch the roles around, experiment that a little bit, and we have seen that for multiple teams actually, coming in from TPS, coming in from AHQ Esports Club as well. They are the ones that do that the most frequently. We have seen West Down sometimes playing, and sometimes you see Mr. Albers being the one playing mid lane. So in a sense, it doesn't really surprise me. And for KLH itself, they are quite new, but at the same time, for the lineup itself, they are quite new, but not at the same time not too new either. In the sense, they have a lot of practice with each other. So, in the sense, if they are comfortable enough to kind of switch things around, it could just bring in some new elements. They might discover that, hey, XXF is quite unique in the sense he can play certain champions that Goldens can't really, not really familiar with. So I guess it's not too bad on his sense. And we have seen him play a lot of solo lane actions as well. So he definitely has the capabilities to hold out on his own.
Yeah, I agree. XXF himself, he's one of the playmakers coming into KLH. We've seen him play his Rammus, and that actually has done extremely good. That has worked out earlier, and recently with the double AD comp, to put him on the second carry itself, that's going to be a lot of pressure to XXF. So now we have him playing in the mid lane, so that's going to be something different. The game has unpaused at this point of time, so let's actually just talk about the lane matchups. Could you just, run down the lane matchups for me?
Alright, so right now we do have a lane swap coming in for Kuala Lumpur Hunters. They have sent Warlands and Red Hot Rays up in the top lane to face off against Posh Cup, and rightfully so, they have poked him down to a significantly low amount of health. Posh Cup has to get out of there, so he has taken a double golems and tried to regain his footing by getting some experience, and then went back to buy. And at the same time, we do see Goldens now in the 1v2 situation down in the bottom lane, facing up against Firefox and Xerus. So in a sense, I guess, for Renekton, actually we do have some action coming into the mid lane. XXF actually getting real low, and the Ignite pops as well. And Sue with the max range Urchin Strike there, just picking up first blood.
Yeah, and it seems that Tainted Ones is actually trying to gun out for the kill, but Sue manages to just flash and then just dash away and kind of walk away. He's going to use the Playful Trickster to actually jump over the wall, and Tainted Ones still following in. I think he just burns his flash there with Warlands as well as Red Hot Rays coming down to try to actually pick up the kill onto Sue, and it seems that rotation has completely failed because Sue managed to use the Crystalline Fast to gain so much of his health back and just decides to use the blue pill to go back to the base. So first blood for Infinite, and a great start for them.
That's right, and this is the kind of thing that they need to pick themselves back up and possibly secure the victory here today. And coming back into the game, we do see Posh Cup once again being harassed down by Warlands and Red Hot Rays back into this lane. And this time around, we do see Tainted Ones actually, going to back Goldens up, but Insta is just right around the corner. Are we going to see a gank once more?
Yeah, both of them were taken down extremely low, and I just would like to apologize to the viewers that we do not have any in-game sound at this point of time. We are trying to fix that situation as we get the spectator mode back up again. We are actually looking from a different client, different computer at this time, so we are unable to actually switch the champions at this moment as well. So as we talk about the game itself, Infinite making the plays on this one, very good coming in, and the Flay coming in nearly taking out Golden's. Golden's forced to flash away, and the aggression coming out from the bottom lane is continuing. And Su, coming back from that first blood, actually picks up 2 Doran's Blade, putting even more pressure onto XXF itself.
That's right, and that double Doran's ring start for Su that is extremely important, as we do see Xerath picking up a kill there with the Flay, but in exchange, Golden picking up the kill on Insta, and now Firefox taking some good amount of damage. That's the double kill for Golden's there. And now Wallens and Red Hot Race making work in this top lane. So what actually happened was that the Ignite was popped onto Firefox at that point of time. So because of that, that damage over time coming in from the Summoner spell was able to finish him off. And Firefox was also caught in a position where he couldn't really click out the Dark Passage to get into safety. So I mean, in that sense, a little bit of miscommunication, but they are still leading with that 1 kill advantage.
Yeah, and once again, I really need to apologize because we're having some technical issues for this game, and we aren't able to actually get the thing. And as I speak, Su actually taken down very low. The Ignite is taking. It seems that XXF is able to get a kill despite missing one of the charge of his ultimates coming in the Arcane Barrage.
Right, I think XXF just made us eat our words. We're saying how big an impact that 2 Doran's ring is gonna make, but at the same time, no, I can hold my own, and then just taking out Su by himself. So with that, bringing the game back to level ground, 8.2k, 8.3k to 8.5k. So still pretty even at this point of time.
Yeah, so it seems that the user of the other computer has actually heard my pleas to actually switch out the champions in the stat sheet. So it seems like Porkshot forced to pop his Dominus out there, getting taken down extremely low. The Condemn nearly connecting, and if that Condemn actually connected, it would seem that Wallens would be easily able to pick up that kill. And Infinite, making the plays now, decides to use the dual lane advantage they have near the Dragon Pit to actually pick up the Dragon at 7 minutes, with Insta tacking it up as much as possible. So it seems that they pick up the first Dragon of the game. They bring their gold lead to about 1,000 gold.
That's right, a very good decision coming in from them as well. So for the Kuala Lumpur Hunters, what they need to do now is to capitalize on that. Take out the top turret as fast as they can so they can trade objectives. And now
great death sentence comes in from Xerath. Actually, the Flay amazing as well. The counter strike hitting all 3, and it seems like Golden is able to get away by popping his ultimate as well.
Right, something that we were talking about earlier, the solo lane mechanics coming in from Golden there. With great awareness as well, positioning himself so that the counter-strike will hit all 3 members of Infinite there. But, at the same time, it does look like Infinite will be able to take out this bottom turret. So they trade turrets once again. So, overall, all in all, Team Infinite coming ahead because they did pick up the Dragon as well.
Yeah, not to mention the first blood onto XXF, but XXF showing that the Xerath pick may be kind of a pocket pick for himself because he still manages to deal against Su very well. And it seems that Xerath and Insta may be going in for a gang onto the really overextended XXF. And the mid lane action itself is actually coming in at this moment. He is forced to flash the Jump the Waters, also misses out. So XXF safe for now. So the flash is already burned. We may see another rotation for a gang.
That's right, but Tainted Ones is just right around the corner, but his mana bar is not looking too healthy, so not too sure if he decided to just back off from there. And I guess the decision coming in from Infinite as well is primarily because XXF is just out farming and out leveling Su by just so much.
Yeah, it's amazing because Su actually got the first blood. I think he was running a little bit too much in the immediately after the first blood. He managed to get out alive, but this kind of allowed XXF to just go back to the lane, farm it up, hit level 6 first, and use that level advantage. To manage to pick up the kill onto Su.
That's right. And coming back to the top lane, it does seem like both top laners have, they are facing off against each other once more. And the Crow Storm coming in from Red Hot Race. Not too sure what that's about. And now once again, Golden jumping onto Porsche Cup there. Tainted Ones following up with the Assault and Battery. It does look like that is one dead alligator.
Yeah, that was a very good follow-up coming in. You actually had Golden's going in the Leap Strike as well as the Counter Strike, bringing up the stun. Tainted Ones using the Vault Breaker to close the gap, and finally the Assault and Battery to carry on with that CC chain, allowing them to pick up the easy kill onto Porsche Cup.
Right, so Tainted Ones making his presence felt here. Should he choose to go for a counter jungle? No, he decides to kind of back it up, and it does look like Insta and Tainted Ones will be meeting here. Now Insta,
Yeah, taking a lot of damage from Insta, the Tainted Ones. XXF is here to back it up, but it seems that Su wants to go in, uses the Urchin Strike to pick up the kill, and XXF, now the one that's in trouble, hoping to pick up the counter kill onto Su, but no, Su gets the double kill as well as the double buff. So great play from Team Infinite. The double buff onto and a Fizz is not going to be a good thing because the red buff take itself is going to hurt since he's a melee carry, and the blue buff is definitely going to help with the harass in lane.
That's right, and good decision coming in from Insta. And that's the thing about the Shyvana jungle as well. It's when you have the red buff, you have to make full use of that timing when you have it, because the red buff effectively gives you the slow for the extra CC that you desperately need to gank efficiently.
Yeah, and it seems that the duo lane here is actually doing a lot of trading, especially in terms of Walen's Red Hot Rays up against Firefox as well as Xerath. And the CS advantage coming in from Walen's is really exceptional. It seems that Insta may just be picked out here by Red Hot Rays as well as Walen's. The Condemn comes in, dealing a lot of damage as well as the final hour. Can Insta actually take the Lantern? They decide not to block the Lantern, and it allows Insta to get the Dark Passage to escape. So no kills for KLH, and Team Infinite is still in the goal lead.
That's right, and now Su jumping on to XXF there, but XXF will decide to actually pop his ultimate there, but Su will be able to get out there. And I want to, give some commendations.
Actually, we have some action coming out. XXF being hit by Charm the Waters, and it seems that Su is willing to let the red buff take as well as that Urchin Strike dot to come out. And he may pick up the double kill. Yes, he does pick up the double kill. Walen taken down very low. Red Hot Rays uses the Crow Storm to actually pick up the kill and allow the bottom lane to come out on top. Goldens wanted to go in for Su, but he actually just idled Playful Tricksters away and manages to escape. And Insta now putting up the aggression against the Goldens. I do not think that Insta will be able to pick up the kill, but deals a hefty amount of damage to Goldens.
That's right. And slowly and steadily, Su is actually, having all this early game advantage and this, scaling into the mid game. He is going into a comfortable phase where he has that 5 kills up on him already, and he has that Lich Bane as well. So in a sense, he will have a lot of burst damage for him. So it's going to be up to him to rush, probably the Zhonya's Hourglass as soon as he can so that he can get a few more rotations in. But one thing I want to point out is that so far his Chin of Water is not exactly on point. So if he is able to land that, then definitely he will be able to burst down, any opposition even faster than it is now.
Yeah, Su is getting extremely scary, and he may pick up the Zhonya's Hourglass later. Tainted Ones actually vault breaks away from Insta, preventing any more subsequent damage coming out from that Dragon Lady. And the Lich Bane is the first item that is being picked out into Su. That's going to increase his burst potential a little bit more.
That's right, and something I want to point out at this point in time, Walens is sitting at a 30 CS goal lead up against Firefox at this point in time. So I guess for KLH, they are not extremely concerned for Su right now, because if they can snowball Walens much more ahead than Firefox, then definitely they have the late game advantage. And not to mention for a fact, Golden is sitting at a 3-1-0 score right now. So if he is able to snowball far ahead, then we have two potentially monstrous late game carries, on the side of KLH.
Yeah, definitely. And as the dragon comes out, Infinite, having the dragon timer, just moves in and picks up the second dragon of the game, increasing their goal lead to almost 2.5k. No, actually it's 2.2k. So that's a very good goal lead score. And Su coming in from XXF, forced to Bullet Blast, misses the Charm the Waters. The Depth Sentence actually hits, and XXF still managing to get away. The Assault Battery comes in, followed by the Volt Breaker. Insta barely getting away. The last tower shot actually manages to pick up Insta, so it gives XXF the kill. Xerath is going to be very happy about that. Walens from the side with the final hour wants to look for a kill, but is not able to because it seems that Porsche Cup has rotated down from the top to actually give the mid lane some of his backup.
Right, I'm not sure you actually caught a glimpse of what happened, but Red Hot Rays put a clutch decision to just throw the Dark Wind onto Insta there, because he was in a position to use the Dragon Form to pick someone and push KLH back to the phrase of Infinite there, but with that Dark Wind he was unable to morph into that dragon form to push people back, and because of that he paid for it with his life.
That silence.
Yeah, that silence, man. That crow just stopped that dragon coming in.
The dragon's weakness right now is the crow.
Right, so I don't know, man. There's quite a lot of animals being involved in this game.
Definitely.
We have the alligator, we have the dragon as well. So we have Firefox, but he's playing as
no Ari.
No Ari.
No Ari. You don't want to bring up Ari.
No, we do not.
Because you know what my next question will be if you ever bring up Ari again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, a great play coming out by the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. As you said, they actually managed to pull the goal lead slightly back into contention once again. That 1,000 over goal lead is now shrunken to about 400 to about 500 goal only. And the aggression coming in, it seems that now the teams have their eyes set onto this mid lane turret because Dragon has already been taken. The amount of wards in the mid lane kind of spot out any gang, and actually Wildlands managed to pick up the Condemn as well as the Silver Proc. Zeros actually misses the death sentence, so it seems that KLH really wants to siege down this middle lane turret because all 5 members are rotating to the mid lane, and let's see how Team Infinite actually responds.
That's right, it does look like KLH would want to take out the mid.
Oh, and actually, the death sentence coming in from hitting the tainted ones, but Poshka being caught out of position, taken down extremely low. The dominance being popped, and look at XXF from the side, actually bombarding them with the Arcane Barrage, allowing Wallens to pick up the kill onto Poshka. So 1 kill for nothing for the Kuala Lumpur Hunters, and it seems they really want this turret to go down as soon as possible.
That's a great point that you pointed out there. XXF actually with excellent positioning, just staying right at the back and making full use of his range to ensure that he gets the maximum amount of damage onto the lines of Team Infinite there. So even though, Poshka was in a position where he was pretty tanky with the dominance being popped, that amount of damage that is coming in from him is actually too great.
Su uses the playful trickster to go over, gets feared as well as exhausted. He must be regretting his decision at this moment. Uses Chum the Waters and just barely gets away from that counter engage coming in from the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. He wanted to take a pick onto, I think it was Red Hot Race. He uses playful trickster over the wall, and immediately the fear comes down, the exhaust comes down, and he nearly dies right there.
Right, he nearly got hunted down there.
And the action is actually not stopping because Golden's wanted to get a pick onto Insta as he rotated back into the mid lane. So you were saying that, the playful trickster a bit, risky move coming in from Su.
Risky move. You kind of need to know where everyone is. You don't want to kind of just try to snipe on someone, but at the same time, their entire friends and the village is there to back them up.
The village?
Yeah, the village is there to back them up. A village of 4 friends.
A village of 4 friends. That's a very small village. I wonder what village you live in. They live in, actually. So Zera's actually wanting to hit the death sentence but not able to. So now it's Team Infinite's turn to try to respond to this, to the mid lane aggression that they face. So they really want to take down this turret at this point of time. It's not the only outer turret left. They still have the top turret, but they have decided to 4-man it with Posh Cup up in the top lane, and it seems that they should be able to get this turret down.
Right. So usually I'll call that the right decision, given the sense that they are kind of the better composition to go into for the team fights, but at that point of time it was a rather risky move because Insta was at about half HP. If they get caught up by the pick composition, then they are gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but Insta is barrier, so EK. And a great death sentence coming from Wildlands. The play comes in as well as the box, the final hour being popped, and at the back lines, Tainted Ones is wrecking face. Zera's gone very low, Insta taken very low, and the Chum the Waters just destroys the Tainted Ones. Red Hot Race being taken down very low. The Ignite will take him down. Wallens is still alive. Firefox as well as Fizz is in the back. The Flash as well as the Cleanse being forced out by both the carries on the side of Team Infinite. And it seems that Kuala Lumpur Hunters is ready to, to actually respond to any sort of aggression. Poshka only now rotating down. Golden's being the one able to rotate down faster. So I would say it's only 2 for 1, but KLH may have the upper hand at this point of time.
Right, so it was a 2 for 1. Actually, Tainted Ones had a small derpy moment there. He was actually, about to survive, but he just walked into the channel of waters, and because of that, he just got eaten up by the shark. And Su was able to secure the kill out for that one. As we do see Su, slowly rushing for that Zhonya's Hourglass, like we were saying earlier, having that Seeker's Armor Guard already, but he is still sitting on a CS deficit, and that amount of the number has now extended to 50 as we see XXF now growing to be an extremely annoying threat on the side of Kuala Lumpur Hunters.
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur Hunters has been doing an extremely good job at, we may have a gang coming in. The amount of damage Red Hot Race has taken actually flashes the death sentence, Su being stunned up by XXF, and because of that, the counter aggression coming in from the Kuala Lumpur Hunters prevents Team Infinite from picking up any kills.
Right, so actually I want to point out some interesting items being picked up by Insta now. He actually has that Spirit of the Elder Lizard as opposed to what most Shyvana wants to pick up, which is go as tanky as you can. But instead he has opted to go for some damage as well, even though he has that Aegis as a supportive item. So let's see how this item build will work out for him.
Yeah, we did see the amount of damage that Insta was able to put down in the early game, especially chasing XXF as well as Tainted Ones away. So maybe they are trying out a new build, hoping Shyvana can deal more damage. And we actually may have Sue coming in, trying to pick someone off. That's very dangerous because they do not have the vision in KLH's jungle, and it's going to be a very risky maneuver. I think that he actually just wanted to deter them from contesting the dragon, because the dragon is now up and Infinite wants the third dragon of the game, Xerus, with that Oracles wants to actually pick up and misses the death sentence, and the Arcane Barrage actually comes in to check, but it seems that Infinite is able to pick up a clean dragon and no deaths at all.
That's right. It's like what I always say, you can't deny the mighty hands of the smite unless you miss smite. You smite fail,
I agree. The smite does an insane amount of damage to, especially to the monsters.
It's built to destroy monsters.
Oh, you don't say?
Yeah.
Something new I learned today. Smite is used to destroy the neutral monsters.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, as that happens, we actually have KLH responding to that dragon pickup by wanting to take down the mid outer turret, but Insta and Sue is there. The stun actually hits onto Sue. Goldens comes in with the counter stun and the fear. That CC chain allows them to pick up Sue as well as the turret. Xerus with a great death sentence. Goldens coming in, able to pick that up. Actually, Wallen's the one being able to pick that up. Insta in the fray now. Golden's behind very low, being taken down by Firefox. Insta now very low. Wallen's managed to pick up that kill. Red Hot Rage just with a sliver of health. The dominance passive will allow them to pick up. And the quadra kill coming out from Wallen's, able to pick up the final kill onto Porsche Cup. So we actually have a 3-4-4 exchange and a turret in favor for the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Only Firefox is alive, and I don't think he wants to duel against Wallens, who still has that barrier up.
Right, excellent positioning coming in from the Kuala Lumpur Hunters there. They went in with a game plan. They knew that they can't avoid the fight, so they decided to bring the fight to Infinite there. And great juggling of the turret aggression as well. I must point out.
Yeah, that was a very good play, and KLH just went man mode all the way in, and Wallens with the quadra kill is going to be very happy, but that shutdown might just go to Sue. The jump the water misses, and the ignite might be able to take him out. Sue still wants the kill, uses the playful trickster to get nearer, and the urchin strike finally picks up the kill. The shutdown goes to Sue. Sue's going to be very happy about that, and he's able to pick up the double buffs once more. But
still, the Chunda Water is not really on point all this game. Hopefully he kind of just tidies that up and make a crucial play with that Chunda Waters.
Yeah, he probably tells his team, I got the kill. It's worth.
It's worth, man. Hashtag worth.
Hashtag worth.
Yes.
And it seems that at this point of time, Infinite doing some risky play here. They want to take the Baron, and KLH definitely knows about this.
Right, and I don't quite agree with this decision as well, because, well, they probably don't know this, but they are in the goal lead at this point of time. And actually, we do see Tainted Ones getting caught out there and instantly melting to the entire squad of Infinite there, but they do take a lot of damage and they decide to back off from there.
Yeah, that was a very cheeky play coming from Infinite. They actually saw Tainted Ones out of position and saw him charging up his Volt Breaker, so I think Insta actually moved in from the front and decided to stop the Volt Breaker to prevent him from jumping over the wall. That secured them the kill.
Right, so it goes to show, sometimes when the opposing team goes for the Baron, they might not want to just go for the Baron. It might just be a bait. And that was what Team Infinite showed us in that one exchange.
Yeah, so baiting Baron, it's one of the things that you should not fall trap to at all.
The Baron Trap, you want to call it?
Baron Trap.
The Baron Trap.
It can work both ways. Very dangerous creature, that Baron. Very sneaky.
It's like what Fish always says, man. Baron Troll games.
Baron Troll games.
Yeah.
And that's not even a real Baron Nashor, do you know that?
Why?
Yeah, that's not even a real Baron Nashor.
Oh, so what is the real Baron Nashor?
The Baron Nashor is actually a legend of the Rift. That, it's a very dangerous monster that lives in the river.
Okay, listen up, kids. It's long time.
And then one day, Baron just disappears unknowingly. So the summoners of the league itself decide to conjure up a Baron in whatever they remembered the legend to be. So this is actually a conjuration by the summoners itself.
I do not even know that.
So something you learned today.
Yeah, so something legitly learned today about Baron Nashor, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So if they conjure Baron Nashor out of their memory, so why doesn't Baron Nashor have a full body? So what's underneath that?
That's what the summoners decide not to tell me. I've asked them before.
Oh, really?
contacted them with my telepathic memory.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's how I got the ideas. No, actually, I just read the law and they didn't really say much. And actually, Walen's going in with the final hour. Firefox not being able to do anything. Almost able to take Walen's out, and he's just gonna kind of blue pill back. Actually, he's gonna walk to the turret, and I think he might just die. Oh no, he popped his barrier. And Zeros will come in. Does he hit the death sentence? Yes, he does. And Insta able to pick up the kill onto Walen. So a little bit of over-aggression coming in from Walen's.
Right, I think he was surprised to see the two members there. But at the same time, it does open up some opportunities for Kuala Lumpur Hunters to group up in the mid lane. Actually, in the top lane, we do see Golden's, this is what we have been mentioning in the pre-game. If you let Jax kind of snowball early ahead, then he will be able to be a much bigger damage threat as compared to Renekton.
Yeah, and if we actually take a look at the items, we actually have the Blade of Ruin King compared to the Sun 5K, and a great death sentence coming from Zeros, but no team to follow up, so Zeros not going to go in with the follow-up as well. So it just seems, but Zeros has been hitting some on-point death sentences lately, especially in this game. Infinite may just get their first win of the GPL.
Right, I am looking forward to that. And something about the death sentence is just showing a message, sending a message to Kuala Lumpur Hunters there. Say, I can't land those death sentences, so do watch out for it.
Oh, I remember yesterday they had the amazing death sentence from the Flash. That was one of the most craziest death sentence I've ever seen.
Right, and you know what's the best part about that? It didn't happen once, but it happened twice.
Yeah.
One was one was done by AHQ Green Tea, the other one was done by TPS Mistake, and boy, some of those hooks were really off the charts.
Definitely off the charts. It seems that, Infinite, we used to say that sign by the Dragon Pit should, change based on who actually took the last dragon. Yeah, that sign right now should say Infinite.
Right, but it does look like this time around the Kuala Lumpur Hunters will be able to contest for this, and great timing as well, given the sense that they saw Porsche Cup up in the top lane, and now Golden's making the initiations onto Infinite, and Zeros just goes down immediately and instead getting bursted down by Walen. So, and a double kill coming in from XSF, the two remaining members of Infinite. Will they be able to survive this? Firefox now getting caught in a dangerous position, and what a great counter-strike from Golden's, just locking everyone into place. Now Walen's with another kill for himself, and Kuala Lumpur Hunters are contented with that. 4 kills, and they will back off from that. Will they move to the Baron Pit?
That was such a rookie mistake coming in from Team Infinite. They entered the Dragon Pit one by one, all to their deaths. First it was Zeros, and then it was Insta, and then it was Sue, and Firefox got hit by the max range Volt Breaker. That was so point, and it allowed Kuala Lumpur Hunters to take 4 kills at the Dragon Pit. The Dragon itself, as well as the Baron, they are definitely going to be happy with that. And for the first time in this game, the Kuala Lumpur Hunters take the goal lead against Team Infinite.
Right, that's definitely one of the key plays that they made, going in for that Dragon with the right call, and then picking up those separate kills like you mentioned, one by one, and then going in for the Baron. So it does look like they are in, they just changed up the gears and they are in the driving seat right now.
So could you say that the Dragon is also a trap?
The Dragon Trap.
The Dragon Trap.
Right. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe it's kind of like bad karma because Insta is, playing Shyvana, which is a half dragon herself. Right. So it's like
instant karma.
Wow, instant karma.
Instant karma. And here we have Sue missing the Chum the Waters once more. Walens pops the final hour, wants to take the chase down, decides to hit the ward instead. So, ward kill enough for me.
I think, Sue needs to re-zero his Chum the Waters because, honestly speaking, he hasn't been hitting it at the right moments.
Where is he going to re-zero? Is there a firing range on Summoner's Rift?
I have no idea, man. Maybe it's on his, just on his map that he kind of, keep, kind of misdirecting it.
So only Chum the Waters. He can't
only for him.
Only Chum the Waters.
Yeah, only Chum the Waters.
Everything else he can.
Yeah, because given that sense, Playful Trickster is, you don't really need to target it, and Urchin Strike is a target.
Actually, we have a duel coming in from Golden's, and it's Golden's with the Baron buff managing. They hit the counter strike, instead using the Dragon's Descent over the wall, trying to chase Golden's away. It seems like Golden's is not saying, okay, it's enough. My team got a turret. I'm gonna rotate down to join up my team, and just push down the bottom inhibitor turret, which it seems like what KLH wants to do, especially with the Baron buff on.
That's right, and it does look like... Oh, look at
my
the,
goodness, the
gosh.
amount of damage that Su has taken. Wallens coming in, taking a few turret shots. Tainted One's being dragged all the way due to the assault battery. The death sentence actually misses. A great counter strike coming in. Red Hot Race with the Crow Storm as well. Porsche Cup at the back trying to take out Tainted Ones. Red Hot Race taken very low. Zeros goes down to Jax, and Golden's wrecking face in the back line has to leap straight away. Tainted One's bashing onto the turret with Porsche Cup on the side, wanting to pick up the counter kill. A great condemn into the wall allows Wallens to pick up the kill onto Porsche Cup. Such an amazing play coming out from the Kuala Lumpur Hunters.
Right, very good awareness coming in from that instead. And you know, in a sense, it was at a point of time where Team Infinite got a bit greedy, I would say, because you know they actually came up ahead in that exchange. Actually, they didn't come out ahead in the exchange, but you know they were not in the position where they can regain their footing, and they could just easily give up the inhibitor, even though you know it is a painful decision at that, to give up your inhibitor and, you know, allowing your opponents to have that super minions march into your base, but you don't necessarily want to give up too many deaths as well. And this point of time, you know, that was a poor decision-making process coming in from Team Infinite.
Yeah, that was definitely very poor, but you must not discount the plays coming in from KLH. That clutch condemn coming from Wallens as Porsche Cup actually uses a slice and dice to try to pick up the kills, because he was in the position to actually kind of clean up the fight, but a great pinpoint diagonal condemn to the edge of that wall just secured that team fight completely for the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. So right now they are in a 6,000 goal lead, a very commanding goal lead. I think one of the highest goal lead we've seen in this game so far.
That's right, and you know, when this goal lead starts to drag out, we do see the Kuala Lumpur Hunters finishing a few key items already, and Wallens actually finishing up that Mercurial Scimitar as well, so he has that cleanse to kind of negate away some of those initiations coming in from Team Infinite, especially the death sentence.
Yeah, and Su actually, he was actually the one making the plays very early on in the game, but
That's
it seems that he has been you know, XSF has his, you know, target onto Su. Unlike how Su's Chum the Water hasn't been on target at all. And look at that. He just destroys Porsche Cup. And Wallens, willing to take on the dude with Firefox, manages to pick up the kill. Zeros will go down as well and pops the box just before he dies. Insta will be the next one to go down most likely. And we actually have Su finally hitting the Chum the Waters. Insta going in with the Dragon's Descent. Red Hot is taking a lot of turret shots. He's going to die to the turret. And Su will be picked up by XXF. Wallens now bashing onto the turret. And the Kuala Lumpur Hunters get the ace, only losing their support.
Right, and it does look like they want to finish off this game as soon as they can. And they definitely have the damage to do so as well. Now, Golden's popping the counter strike, I think, to just with some showmanship, I would say. And it does look like it's going to be the Kuala Lumpur Hunters picking up the win for tonight.
What an amazing come from behind play, because they were behind all this while, and that dragon fight absolutely